7. Justification by victimization. In Genesis chapter 3 verses 7 to 13, we find Adam and Eve, having sinned, see themselves not as sinners, but as victims. In their attitude, we find summed up the essence of humanistic sociology, politics, religion, psychology, and more. The, quote, wisdom, end quote, of these areas of study and discipline can be summed up in 4 words. We are all victims. Is a man a criminal or a failure? Is he poor? The answer is his poverty is to blame, and he is a victim. Is he born into wealth or into a middle-class suburban family? Both of these things make him a, quote, victim, end quote, or so countless university students in recent years have told me. All their rebellion, lawlessness and unbelief, where it produces unhappy results, is traced to their background. They are, in their own eyes, victims, and hence their behaviour is justifiable. But if we are victims, someone else is guilty. The result is the punishment of the outsider, a person, class, race or nation. The guilty are the rich or the poor, the middle classes or the establishment, the blacks, whites or something else. Of course, supremely, the outsider is God's covenant people. Man's hatred of God is manifested by lashing out at God's people. This false justification is increasingly being honoured as a science. Thus, a Danish-born psychiatrist, Dr. David Abrahamsen, MD, speaks of victimology. Very persuasively, once his humanistic premises are granted, Abrahamsen goes so far as to maintain that, in a majority of cases, the victim provokes the murder. Teddy, my provoking and goading tiger, instigated her own murder that Saturday night. What Abrahamsen does is to call attention to the sadistic element in the murderer and the masochistic personality of the victim. Granting this for the present, his argument is even then on shaky ground, because his view of man has strong elements of Pavlovianism. Man is a conditioned reflex, hence he is a victim, because he is a passive being, not an active, responsible creature made in the image of God. In victimology, the genetic approach prevails. The family is guilty for the child's sins. The, quote, problem, end quote, is a weak father and a domineering mother. Even in my university days, this doctrine was commonly believed. Virtually all students saw themselves as the victims of such homes. In the limited number of cases where I came to know the parents, I found this idea to be a myth, but one still believed religiously. At any rate, for all such people, genetic causality replaces and excuses guilt. It provides false justification by, quote, demonstrating, end quote, victimization. But the Lord, as he confronts Adam and Eve, passes judgment upon them for their double sin. First, they broke his law and ate of the forbidden fruit. Second, by claiming to be victims, they denied their sin and thereby sinned again. Men who seek false justification by claiming victimization make themselves into chronic victims. Even Abrahamsen notes this and writes, some people have to remain miserable in order to feel good. The victim makes a virtue out of being a victim. They say, in effect, see how sensitive I am. I suffer for things which happened 20 or 50 years ago. In brief, for all such, to be justified means to be victimized. A classic example of victimization becoming a virtual religion is apparent in the best-loved classic of the Vietnamese, Minh Du's The Tale of Q, although the same spirit is apparent in most Oriental religions. Q cries out, Creator, why are you so mean and cruel? Again, Q declares, we're victims in a world all twisted around. And, for justice can we cry, we flies and ants? We are as nothing to God. In the introduction to the Tale of Q, Gloria Emerson singles out a key concept in the tale, the word uan, meaning wronged. The tale is, she notes, the picture of a society of victims, of people punished for crimes and sins they did not commit. Unhappily, such thinking is commonplace in all circles today. It is the essence of Marxism, but it is also common to conservatives who see men as victims of conspiracies. It is common to modern ideas about missions, both liberal, reformed, and evangelical. The peoples in the mission field are presented as victims, not sinners. Liberation theology is a theology of victimization, not of the redemption of sinners. But Scripture is clear that we are self-victimized. We try to appeal to God as victims of God. This is the way you made me, God. The result of this false doctrine of justification is a life of defeat, of self-willed, carefully nursed defeat. But 1 John chapter 5 verse 4 tells us, for whatsoever is born of God overcometh the world, and this is the victory that overcometh the world, even our faith.